The biggest weakness a team have are their map pool. Most teams can only play 6 maps at the highest level, while Faze has a map pool of 7 maps. And this was the winning factor in the matchup against NiP. After Faze banned Overpass, this left NiP in a pickle, where they had to pick between Nuke, Vertigo and Mirage. 3 maps NiP have not won over the last 3 months. Today we saw why having a map pool of 7 maps is new meta in CS2. Faze are in this round on a weaker buy, with some upgraded pistols and utility, and that's it. And I still think Vertigo is one of the only maps we are seeing a buy like this always doing good. And this round is no different, but why? Well, Vertigo has 2 main spots to control, A ramp and B stairs, and both of these choke points can be controlled by pistols, as long as you get down in them, or if you use utility to keep the T's away. Allow the CT's close range fights. Faze goes 3 players A, 1 in middle and 1 on B, a very common 3-1-1 setup. And here Brokey uses this early and fast way of smoking A ramp, and this is done to allow his teammate to quickly go towards ramp, while Robs with the MP9 goes to this corner to hide close in the hope of catching a player, not clearing him. And Twist peeks B stairs to get early information, and here he starts by playing anti-flash before peeking. And Faze has gotten the close positions they wanted for the round, while NiP are sending 3 players ramp, 1 holding middle and 1 holding B. Here we are seeing the ramp players using these 2 nades in ramp early to try and hit a Faze player, playing close here, since in most cases a player would play here and then swing off the sound and a flash for ramp when he calls it. So these nades are to kill that player and clear this spot for NiP. So why are Faze not playing there? We saw Virtus Pro do this versus Faze at Thunderpeak. Well, since Faze has no flashes, and this decision to rather go for smokes and nades have saved a player's life. After the nades, we can see Faze walks back to ramp to try and find a kill over the smoke or get lucky through the smoke. And Rain does it. As soon as the smoke fades, he hit a great 1-tap, and this is what Faze needs to kick off the round. But Faze are not done. Rain uses a nade, and here he hits Res right in the face for around 30 damage. And Faze re-smokes the bottom of stairs, and I don't know what black magic Rain has been using, but when Res tries to kill a player back through the smoke, Rain finds him as well. And Faze's combination of utility and deagle shots in ramp has netted them 2 kills for 0 deaths. This forces NiP to look over to B, and here Twist is still waiting, and he needs to get a kill or 2. Since Faze are right now too invested in ramp with 3 players still, and only Robs to help him in middle, but he only has MP9. While NiP with 3 players are sending 2 of them to B to try and get an opening or some map control, and then keep 1 player inside ramp still, since as I talked about in the start, you do not want the CT to take either bottom parts of A ramp or B stairs, and right now NiP are not sure where to even go. So no need to give away some crucial map position. NiP starts by having config in the back crossover, and this is done if a player is holding on top of the wood or close, since then he might not spot him. But Twist is far back and on the side, making it so config can't see Twist. And here he's lucky Twist can only hit him once, and Twist finds crucial damage and gets smoke off NiP. In the meantime, Kerrigan has joined from A to B to help Twist to defend B site. And Faze are now playing a safer and less focused setup with a 2-1-2 setup. Twist when walking back holds this opening in the floor, and this is the only good wallbang through the metal on the map, and Twist is anticipating NiP will swing him here, since they are completely smoked off in stairs, so this is the only logical spot to be holding. Aztec tries to find a kill, since at this point NiP needs an opening or just a kill in general, and here Kerrigan with a nade in the smoke exposes Aztec in the open, and then Twist uses Kerrigan to take contact, and then he peeks off this and here finds a clean tap to Aztec. And NiP needs something, so while Aztec was fighting, NiP are now turning their attention to A ramp, and here they want to take A in hope that Faze are more spaced out, as we know they are now that Kerrigan have left A to go to B. And here Rain, knowing Faze are up some players and just low time, just want to open up ramp and get some information. And with 25 seconds left, and this great idea, here he finds a player throwing utility and can shoot config down to 18 HP, and Faze takes the round.
Patrolling that position in the hands of Reds.
And that economy on the CT side is everything right now.
Yeah.
It seems to be like if you're going to lose a game, that's where it happens. Oh no!
Here we go.
Headshot through the smoke. Rain picks it up. That's pretty ridiculous. So
Well,
way to get started.
Look out for the smoke tech here. They've got 8 Gs. They will be blowing those open and cracking skulls.
Show at the moment they need the kills and they're getting them. Twist with a headshot. S-Tag goes down. And now it's just Config and Alex left. 2 versus 5 here. Crawling back towards the A bomb side. It's not looking great, is it?
Yeah, literally limping over. They haven't even scratched the defense. As Rain, hungry for a couple more, he could hear them throwing utility, and he lines both of them up.
The last 3 rounds has been tough for NiP. After losing the second round, they had to save round 3, and then they lost round 4 before winning round 5. So we are now going into round 6. And this is the first official full buy of the game. And here NiP are back to the same setup as we saw in round 2. 3 players ramp, 1 looking middle and 1 holding B. And the goal for this setup are many. The first is to win ramp early and then use this control to activate the other players. If NiP can win ramp early, the mid player can become a lurker or a 4th player to ramp, while the B player has the same options as the mid player, but can as well try to throw a fake for his teammates. But this setup relies heavily on the ramp push, since the pack of 1 on mid and B have a difficult time taking any control anywhere else on the map by themselves. Faze are going 2 players on A, 2 on B and then 1 in middle. And as we can see, this is not Faze's default setup, since B is not the most important spot to hold with more than 1 player, as long as the mid player can help. But they're doing this setup to anti-strat NiP setup with 1 player alone on B, since here Faze will allow themselves the opportunity to trade, while SCARIEST is not able to afford this luxury. NiP uses this smoke early to smoke off the gap, and I myself is not a big fan of this smoke since it's a nice way of the CTs to walk out of it and limits the Ts to only ramp and not short as well. But here it makes sense since Res is running up to scaffolding, playing anti-flash for this flash NiP throws, as well as the timing here will allow him to be anti-flash in case Faze throws a ramp flash as well. And now the gap smoke makes sense. This allows Res to only focus ramp and not gap if any Faze players want to push him. As well as S-tag in bottom B is smoked off, allowing Faze 2 B players to get some neat positions behind on the B stairs. Rain tries to do as much as he can with the limited space the gap smokes gives him. And here nades down scaffolding, as well as using the spam lineup to try and hit a player lining up the backside smoke. If you don't know, this is the smoke I'm talking about, and you can see the spam is right onto this player. But while all of this is happening, Twist is able to kill S-tag, and this puts a wrench in NiP's setup, since they need that B player to do something, like a fake, or not just die. And after NiP lost crucial map control, this forces NiP to take more control towards A site. And here Brokey on a great off angle. Usually when the Ts are clearing, they will clear like this. So to check for a player on top here will never happen, and Brokey can get 1 kill and falling down. And this is a great opening for Faze, and once again Faze are up 5v3. And we can already see that NiP's default has a problem when it comes to trading. And again, Brokey understands NiP's trading issue, with 3 players in ramp, so how good can it be if there are only 2? And here he goes and finds 1 more player before the reign of terror is over in ramp. But Rain trades back, and NiP are in a 1v3. Bomb is dropped too far, and Config's midplay did not work out. And Faze takes the round.
Good progress made. Speaking of progress, there's Twist finding that first kill with the MP9, 5 on 4.
Classic position for the MP9 being up there. It's very hard to clear out if you're NiP. Some more bangs coming through, but Brokey playing like a beacon on that A-bomb side, looking for a fight, looking for more than 1. He's relentless. Hasn't even reloaded yet. He gets the dink, or maybe it was Rain at the back line on hat trick, but either way, Brokey doing more than enough in that one.
Faze are back to a 2-2-1 setup, and here Faze uses this setup to try to be more aggressive in ramp with their 2 A players, with Rain moltoving scaffolding to stop any early aggression from NiP. And then Brokey smoking here and Kerrigan smoking bottom ramp for the 2 ramp players. And here Rain spams in hope to find a kill and do not want to push ramp, since there's usually an opening in the smoke NiP can abuse by having an AWP play there or being boosted in some cases. While on B, Faze smokes bottom B stairs, while NiP are going for a new setup, with NiP now having 2 players in ramp, 2 on B and then 1 in middle. And this is done to counter how Faze has been bullying S-tag on B to make the B players in a pack of 2, so they can set up each other and trade each other. Kerrigan think mid and B are on lock and runs back to help on A site. The goal for Faze in mid was to be ready for a fast mid take by NiP. When this does not happen, Kerrigan can walk back and leave Rops alone in middle. S-tag tries to get up to get a kill, but here him nading gives away where he is. And here he can't get any kills on B, something now that there are 2 players towards B need to have, since they can't rely on A ramp control and openings anymore. And here Twist nades him back and Molotovs him out, and just this small fight forces the 2 B players to go towards A ramp and link up, and the setup changes to a 4-1-0, with Config still in mid lurking around, but Config only has a pistol, so to lurk with this is quite useless. And here he decides to join his teammates to A ramp, but very delayed, as we can see NiP starts to throw utility in ramp before Config is even out of the spawn. And there are some tactical reasons for this, since he can maybe catch a Faze player from B trying to run behind NiP and ramp, or a ladder player. All of NiP hides behind his box and waits for this flash to pop them out. Try and run over any players in ramp that will be blinded. But here Rain and Brokey has already fallen back, and Kerrigan on this flash will come back to A site. Rest smokes here in ramp to allow the team to be able to get scaffolding and gap without being seen. But Rain meets this with a smoke, and now NiP are completely smoked off in ramp. Not ideal. Brokey lines up this nade to hit any players in ramp. Close, and here it's 2 player for 22, more than enough. Since the goal with this nade is to hear where NiP are, as well as allowing Faze to be able to one-tap the T's and make the fight more even. Then Kerrigan has heard the players in ramp and asked Brokey for this flash. And this flashes all players in ramp, and Kerrigan runs over one player in ramp to be able to get 2 kills before NiP can trade. Learn this flash. But this flash allows Rain to peek out with Kerrigan, and their goal and why Kerrigan ditched the player under him is for Rain to swing this and take top ramp. And then Kerrigan can take bottom ramp, and they got 3 kills for 1 death. Perfect.
They've got a couple of smokes here. Most teams are smoking up towards the elevators right now and molotoving towards boost, so we'll see if that's going to be the case.
It's an interesting use of just sort of slightly tapping through the smoke. I haven't seen that too much. It's obviously a well-known mechanic, but I'm just saying like most pro players haven't really used it that much. Kerrigan flashed in and he kept on going. It's Brokey on the double assist there. Actually, the triple assist because Rain got a kill on the other side too.
NiP needs to change something when Faze are up 7-2. And here they are now going 2 players on B, 1 in middle and 2 players towards A. And you might say, that is the same setup as we saw in round 8. And yes, but now the B players will try to be more aggressive. So Alex uses this flash to blind Twist if he's too slow, and this works perfect. Twist is now forced to the side, while Aztec can peek out without anyone seeing him. Aztec peeks out and Twist gives away his position by nading, but this nade usually indicates to Aztec that Twist is falling back. But look here, Twist crouches and jumps up on the ledge, on the left side of him. And since he's crouching while jumping, he's not shown himself over the wood. And we can see that Aztec is more focused on the side player, now that he thinks Twist have fallen back. While Rops from mid has been quick to come over to B to help his anchor, and Rops goes to this off angle to be able to quickly get stairs info and help Twist peeking if he needs it. And here the 1-1 punch comes in. Aztec is focused on headshot before he spots Rops' leg, and here Rops can peek and kill Aztec. And if Aztec were to win this duel, Twist could have traded easily. And when Rops finds his kill, Twist jumps alive and here swings stairs over the wood and find 1 more kill. And the 2 B players setup from NiP has been countered again. While in the meantime, Faze knows that the protocol of NiP after losing B control is to take ramp, and Faze meets this with 2 Molotovs bottom ramp to stop this from NiP. And here for the players who might not know what a protocol is. It's a set of rules a team will have, like what to do in a 3v3, how to play early rounds, etc. And protocols are building blocks for any team, since this simplifies the process of calling and team play. In ramp, after the Molotov, NiP flashes and then Hedrick uses the opening in scaffolding to spot Rain. And here Rain is just fast enough to get away and saves his life, and Faze 2-man advantage. Brokey plays in this off angle with Op and here kills Res, who was ready, but this fight versus Op is near impossible. And Hedrick is now alone in ramp, and here he cannot push alone and he needs to fall back. And again we are seeing NiP's lack of trading ruining the round again, and Rain with the balls of a Viking just peeks out and kills Hedrick. And Faze has gotten 4 kills and NiP has gotten 0. Insane.
Oh. And they're not letting go at the moment. S-Tag trying to get that opening, immediate return from Twist with a double kill there.
AWP. He's got that gap in towards the scaffolding position. Doesn't quite connect the shot, I'm afraid. Brokey, defensive line. Just making sure no one can jump up to the scaffolding, and it's a simple conversion. Smoke down as well. Perfect CS, to be honest with you, Anders. Can't ask much more from this as we enter a 5 versus 1.
The last round of the half, and NiP are now trying something new, again. And they are going 4 players A ramp and 1 outside of B. And NiP starts by throwing a flash and Molotov in ramp, while Faze are going 3 players in ramp and then 1 in middle. And Twist from B is now going to A to help his teammate. Here Faze smokes ramp early, and as I said, this smoke is good to hold off the T's in ramp, but it's not that good to peek into, since here the AWP can look over it. And we see that Hedrick holds above the smoke, and here he can spot Rain on short, but misses the shot since Faze are flashing ramp as well. But NiP wants to be fast, and here Faze uses a nade to break the smoke, and here the NiP player who tried to be fast is met by 3 Faze players and dealt with. And again, NiP are not trading, and then Faze uses some more utility in ramp before giving it away. NiP uses this to take back ramp with 4 players, and here Rain in a great off angle is able to get the kill. And this is again one of those spots Faze has used on A to catch the T's clearing A site, to get a kill or even 2. And Faze are a man up, so if every single Faze player can get 1 kill before dying, they will win. And staying alive does not matter since it's the last round. And Rain finds an unsuspecting NiP player in ramp, but here Config is able to trade but loses almost all of his HP to Molotov and some bullets by Rain. Config knows he has to try to do something and find an opening kill, and here solo peek onto site to find Twist. But unlike NiP, Faze are able to trade back quite fast, and NiP are back to the disadvantage. But on short, Brokey overpeaks after he hears the flash, and Aztec is able to kill him here. And then Kerrigan walking through the smoke is able to find Alex, and Robs above can trade Kerrigan, and Faze are up 10-2.
We're going to go into the final round of this first half as Brokey continues to dominate, opening frag through the smoke. Of course, they've taken so much damage, Anders. Oh, this is absolutely devastating for NiP on the opening map of the tournament.
And they're using that same HE, Faze, to blow open the smoke. You can see the T's are walking up the ramp, and suddenly, you know, they think they're in cover, and it's just gone in front of them. And it's called them a couple of times now. It's a really good little play coming out from the CT side. Rain here, off angle if I've ever seen one, just standing there, and Hetrick was not ready for it. Conflict's gonna get one in return, actually gets a double. It's not bad at all. Makes it a 2 versus 3. He does go down eventually. It's Brokey's able to find him with the AWP. He doesn't get that flick in, it's S-Tag instead. This round is still on, and this round is absolutely critical if you're on the NiP side. You need it so badly.
Yeah, I think that's more than fair to say at this stage. A lot working against him though. Alex 10 points of health, bomb yet to be planted. That smoke is dissipating by the second. It's Kerrigan though, sneaky through the smoke, finds a low HP player, and I think we might be done here. S-Tag does pull one back, but takes severe damage on Roots, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
But why is it such a big deal that Faze can play all 7 maps? And why don't the best team know how to play all 7? Well, at the highest level, it's so hard and takes so much time for everyone to know all 7 maps, in and out, with utility, strategies, analyzing your opponent, and more. And you're always allowed to ban one map in the start before you pick one, so you can just spare yourself that time and not learn that map. But when Faze comes in, team will never know what map Faze will ban as their first, since usually the analyst and coach will be able to not looking over a map, since they know that the enemy will always ban it. But versus Faze, you don't know, and now you will have to look at 6 maps and not 5 anymore. And this is what makes Faze the greatest team in the world. Thank you for watching, and here are 2 videos YouTube told me you would like. Bye.